Champawat Tiger. Between 1898 and 1907, a Bengal tiger known as the Champawat Tiger became the deadliest recorded man-eating big cat in history. It first attacked people in Nepal before crossing into northern India, where fear spread across entire villages. Officials eventually linked the tiger to more than 430 human deaths. Later examinations suggested that broken canine teeth made it nearly impossible for the animal to hunt its normal prey, forcing it to target humans instead. People stopped working in fields, children stayed indoors, and travel between villages nearly came to a halt. The attacks continued for years because the tiger learned human routines and moved through forests with incredible stealth. In 1907, British hunter and conservationist Jim Corbett finally tracked and killed the animal after a massive community effort. The case became one of the most famous examples of how injury and survival can turn a powerful predator into an exceptionally dangerous man-eater. Tsavo Lions. In 1898, workers building the Uganda Railway near the Tsavo River in present-day Kenya faced a terrifying threat unlike anything they expected. Two male lions repeatedly entered construction camps at night, dragging sleeping workers from their tents. Panic spread rapidly across the railway project. Many laborers abandoned their jobs, believing the lions were supernatural creatures that could not be stopped. Although the exact number of victims is still debated, historians agree that dozens of workers lost their lives before the attacks ended. Lieutenant Colonel John Henry Patterson eventually shot both lions after months of failed attempts. Modern scientific studies suggest disease, injuries, shrinking prey populations, and growing human settlements may all have contributed to the unusual behavior. Even today, the preserved lions remain among the most famous predator specimens in the world.
Gustave the crocodile. For decades, people living along the Ruzizi River and Lake Tanganyika in Burundi have feared a giant Nile crocodile known simply as Gustave. Estimated to be over 18 feet long and weighing close to a ton, the crocodile became surrounded by stories of repeated attacks on fishermen, swimmers, and villagers. Some reports claim it may have been responsible for more than 300 deaths, although no exact number has ever been confirmed. Unlike many crocodiles that attack for food, witnesses believed Gustave often killed without fully consuming his victims, making the animal even more mysterious. Numerous attempts to capture or kill the crocodile failed, allowing it to disappear back into the river each time. Whether every story is true or not, Gustave became a symbol of how powerful crocodiles can dominate an entire region when humans and wildlife share the same waterways. The Jersey Shore shark attacks. During the summer of 1916, a series of shark attacks along the coast of New Jersey shocked the United States. Within less than 2 weeks, 5 people were attacked and 4 died. The fear became even greater when one of the attacks happened several miles inland in Matawan Creek, where few people believed sharks could even swim. Newspapers covered every new development, creating widespread panic that emptied beaches during the peak of summer. Although scientists still debate exactly which shark species was responsible, the attacks permanently changed public perception of sharks. Many historians believe these events later inspired Peter Benchley's novel, Jaws, which further shaped how generations viewed these animals. The incident remains one of the most influential wildlife attack series in modern history. The Panar Leopard. In the early 20th century, villages in northern India lived under constant fear of a leopard that repeatedly hunted humans. Known as the Panar Leopard, the animal was officially credited with around 400 deaths. Unlike tigers, leopards are smaller and more adaptable, allowing them to slip quietly through villages without being noticed. Researchers believe disease outbreaks at the time left many human bodies exposed instead of properly buried, encouraging the leopard to scavenge human remains before eventually attacking living people. Once it learned that humans were easy prey, the attacks continued for years. Jim Corbett eventually hunted and killed the leopard in 1910 after an extended search. The case demonstrated how changes in human society can unintentionally alter predator behavior with devastating consequences. The Beast of Gévaudan. Between 1764 and 1767, rural France was haunted by a mysterious animal remembered as the Beast of Gévaudan.
The creature attacked shepherds, farmers, and children across a large region, reportedly killing more than 100 people. Witnesses described an unusually large wolf-like animal with reddish fur and extraordinary aggression. Royal soldiers, local hunters, and even forces sent by King Louis XV attempted to destroy it, yet the attacks continued. Eventually, a hunter named Jean Chastel killed a large animal that many believed ended the terror. Historians still debate whether the beast was an unusually large wolf, multiple wolves, a wolf-dog hybrid, or another predator entirely. Regardless of its true identity, the Beast of Gévaudan remains one of Europe's most famous wildlife mysteries. The Mfuwe Lion. In 1991, the quiet town of Mfuwe in Zambia became the center of another deadly lion attack series. A massive male lion began entering villages at night, attacking people inside homes and carrying victims away. Over several months, at least 6 people were killed before professional hunter Wayne Hosk tracked the animal down. Examination of the lion revealed physical injuries and severe dental problems that may have made hunting wild prey much more difficult. The lion measured over 9 feet from nose to tail and weighed around 500 pounds, making it one of the largest lions ever recorded in the region. Today, the preserved animal serves as a reminder that even healthy-looking predators may be struggling to survive when habitat conditions change. The Sankebetsu Brown Bear. In December 1915, a remote farming settlement on northern island of Hokkaido experienced one of the country's worst bear attacks. A massive Usuri brown bear repeatedly entered the small village of Sankebetsu in search of food. Instead of leaving after the first encounter, it returned several times over a period of days, breaking into homes and attacking entire families. 7 people were killed and several others suffered severe injuries before experienced hunters finally located and shot the bear. Investigators believed poor food availability before hibernation may have driven the desperate animal toward human settlements. The tragedy remains one of Japan's most remembered wildlife disasters and is still studied as an example of conflict between expanding communities and large carnivores. The Leopard of Rudraprayag. From 1918 to 1926, people traveling through the Himalayan region of northern India faced an invisible threat after sunset. A leopard known as the Leopard of Rudraprayag was blamed for approximately 125 deaths over 8 years. Pilgrims walking to sacred temples were particularly vulnerable because many traveled alone through forests and mountain trails. The leopard became remarkably cautious, avoiding traps and surviving repeated hunting attempts. Local residents lived with constant fear, often refusing to leave their homes after dark. Jim Corbett eventually tracked and killed the leopard in 1926 after a long and difficult pursuit. The case became one of the best documented examples of how intelligent and adaptable large cats can become once they begin targeting humans. The 2004 Indian Ocean Tsunami Wildlife Encounters. After the devastating Indian Ocean tsunami in December 2004, thousands of survivors across Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand found themselves sharing damaged landscapes with displaced wildlife. Saltwater crocodiles moved into flooded villages, snakes sought shelter inside homes, and elephants, boars, and other wild animals wandered into populated areas after their habitats were destroyed. Rescue workers and survivors faced attacks while searching through debris or attempting to reach isolated communities. Although the tsunami itself caused the overwhelming majority of deaths, the disaster highlighted another danger that followed in its wake. Natural disasters can suddenly erase the normal boundaries between people and wildlife, creating unpredictable encounters when frightened animals and desperate humans are forced into the same space. These events demonstrated that some of the most dangerous wildlife attacks occur not because animals become aggressive by nature, but because catastrophic environmental changes leave both humans and wildlife struggling to survive.